Hello, welcome to the Two Chicks Homestead Podcast. We are the Two Chicks. Yay!
Hi, I am Nate.
And I'm Aaron, and we talk about homesteading and living on a small piece of land.
All right, everyone, welcome to episode 41.
Yep.
As the pig flies.
Yep, we're getting ready. It's that time of year.
I know. That's a week from today.
Yeah. We're going to process our fourth hog.
Yes, fourth hog. So it'll be our third one planned, and the fourth one
That was a
total.
surprise.
Yes. So our third one was definitely a little bit of a surprise. The first one was a little bit of a surprise.
Well, yeah, the first one. I mean, this was like back, episode 2 we
Right.
talked about this?
Yep.
That it was during COVID, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And our local butcher couldn't get room at the locker and just kind of posted or something like that.
Right.
And couldn't get, or posted that if anybody wants a whole hog, let me know. And I remember texting you saying, ha, yeah, we should try this. And you're like, okay. And it's like, oh, crap. What did I just do?
Yep. And then we did it.
We did it in September.
Yep.
On a 90-degree day.
Yep. And we lost a little bit,
yeah.
but it was a learning curve.
It was definitely.
So we learned a lot from the first one. As if you remember, we watched a YouTube video from the Bearded Butchers.
Many times.
Yes, as we were processing the hog.
Before, the whole week before.
Yes, so we were pausing and starting and rewinding and doing all that other fun stuff. We got our grinder from the neighbor.
Yeah, we were borrowing it then.
Yes, but we had traded it
for tomato sauce.
Yeah, a bunch of tomato sauce. So that worked out real good. And then we borrowed his slicer and his mixer.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to talk to him about the mixer.
Yeah, I'll have to mention it.
If we get our spices from Renegade Butcher, then maybe we'll need that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I think we just did a lot of plain.
Yeah, we're expecting those, I would hope, sometime this week.
Yeah, we'll see.
So it looks like everybody else is starting to get theirs. So that'd be kind of nice. Get some fresh spices and fresh pig and get some bacon rolling and, be fun.
Yeah, but, the first time we lost... Did you already say that? We lost a whole leg.
Yeah, we lost one of the rear legs.
Something like that.
We had let it go. We were kind of scrambling back and forth in and out of the freezer trying to get stuff, and we let it freeze overnight and kind of tried to go back to it.
Yeah, I had it in the fridge and it molded. So we really have no idea what we did, but that was like a huge bummer. Yeah. But then the next time we did it, and it took us like
half the time. Yeah, the first hog,
which still was a long time.
Yeah, the first hog was 12 hours. Second hog was like 6 hours. Third hog was 5. Yeah, give or take.
Well, then we had help.
Yeah. So, but there were we had 4 people show up and help us with the third hog. Yeah, that was kind of nice. I should probably message him, or we should message Elizabeth.
She's doing a book reading that day.
Ah.
Which is why we can't go to the book reading.
Oh, that's why that is?
Yes.
Okay. All right, that makes sense.
Yes.
And it's also deer season that weekend. I mean, it's shotgun season.
Yeah, we didn't plan ahead as usual. I mean, that's just what happens. I mean, it's like we didn't want to do it in September. October is like busy. And then it was like, right. We have certain dates we can pick from, and I didn't want to do it the weekend after Thanksgiving because that would be kind of a mess. That would be a lot of stuff.
Right, and that's also like one of my major hunting weekends is I go out after Thanksgiving because we're usually sitting here at home for 4 days. Right. Doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah, and I mean, we're decorating.
So. Yeah. Yeah, we drag the tree out, get that all ready. But I think our favorite thing to do with the hog is definitely our own bacon. Yes.
Yeah, we've been doing that every time.
Right.
And every time it's been better. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I mean, you go, and this is not something that we thought about in the beginning, let's get it because it's so expensive. Like, bacon really wasn't expensive.
No.
But it was like, hey, this would be kind of cool to do on our own. And now it's like, we use that because it's so expensive.
Right, and the way we're looking at prices right now, bacon is $8.59 a pound. We get, say, 15 pounds of bacon, you're damn near 150, 160 bucks.
Which is half of pretty much what we paid for the whole hog.
Exactly. And then we have, 75 pounds of ground, give or take?
And we do some pork chops. Not a whole lot, because we don't make a lot of pork chops. But we do ribs. And again, I think we still have the ribs from last year.
Yeah, the last one.
We don't do a lot of the specialty cuts.
No, and it's really just kind of get it done, get it in the package, and make some ground, because we eat more ground meat than
I do a
anything.
lot with ground meat.
So.
And then because we have the chickens and the rabbits for different kinds of stuff.
Right. That's more of our poultry meals, and then every once in a while we'll get beef, and it's just not much.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, once in a while you just gotta have a steak.
Yeah, and ground beef.
But you know what? The venison backstrap, that's pretty darn good for a steak.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that, takes the craving away.
Yeah, well, it's like filet mignon,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. Well, we've got a lot of it.
Yes, we do. I'm looking forward to eat some of that, but, yeah. So usually we will get the hog on a Saturday morning. I'll run up to, about an hour north up in Rockford.
Petatonica, some kind
Yes,
of weird town name, I'm not sure.
Go pick them up, throw them in the back of the truck. It is already slaughtered.
Yeah, it's
in half.
killed and chilled, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so we requested killed and chilled. So we get them in half, and then we bring them home, and I have gambrel in the garage along with an overhead hoist that we'll probably put him on, since looks like it's gonna be a little cooler that day.
Yeah.
So it'd be kind of nice to have it hanging out and be able to take our time with it. But yeah, we'll work on one side, get the belly out, or we'll get it skinned first, get the belly out, and then work on the ribs, and then kind of just keep working at it.
Yeah.
And we'll usually clean out a couple 5-gallon buckets, which I probably need to go get a couple.
We have a lot. We just need to clean them out.
Yeah, we do need to do that. Get those cleaned up, and usually trimmings in one or two, and junk in the other.
Yeah, I mean, we usually get the leaf lard with it, so we keep that. And then I think I have a bucket of ground with lard, and then a bucket of lard, and then the garbage that goes out to the coyotes.
Right. And I'm really looking forward to getting that back by the coyotes and start working on that problem.
Yeah, they haven't been a problem. I mean, we haven't seen any in our yard, but they seem to be getting close.
Yes, they are getting closer. They're coming up to the pond.
Yeah, which is pretty close.
Yeah, you're talking 100 yards from our back door. Mm-hmm. So we got to make sure they're not getting up here by the chickens, and they are out during the day.
Yeah.
So we're going to start working on that issue. So that's this winter's project. Mm-hmm. And then once we get all that stuff done with the hog, we will probably get the bacon going in the fridge.
Yeah.
And then next weekend, so a week after Saturday, 2 weeks from today, when we're recording this, we'll start doing our bacon.
Yeah.
In our bullet smoker.
Yeah, so we'll decorate and do the bacon.
Yeah.
And we did pork belly bites.
Yes.
With one of the bellies, because if you're in the area and you've never been to South Moon Barbecue, their pork belly bites are like the best. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden it was like, oh my gosh, we have like this belly that we need to get out of the freezer.
Yeah.
So let's try this, because bacon takes space and time.
Yeah.
And the pork belly bites were, you just cube it up, smoke it, cube it up, and smoke it again.
Yep.
And we got all those tips from Josh at the Renegade Butcher, and they were delicious.
Yeah, that was we sat around the island one night.
We didn't even like put it out at the table. We stood in the kitchen.
Yeah, we stood in the kitchen
and ate off of paper plates.
I don't even think we ate off paper plates.
We just grabbed a fork.
Yeah, I think we just grabbed the fork and ate out of the tins.
Yeah, this is like we were having an old country barbecue.
Yeah,
like a crawfish thing where you just threw it on the table. Here you go. But yeah, oh my gosh, they were delicious.
Yeah, and I mean, it's... With that, all we had to do was let it sit for a little bit.
Yeah.
Thaw out, because we did have it frozen. But there was no cure time to it, so you didn't have the week of...
Flipping it over.
Yeah, and the salt and the whole 9 yards.
Which really isn't a pain, it's just... It takes up a lot of space.
Yeah. Yeah, especially on an inside fridge that... is generally full all the time with all the kids' stuff.
Yes. Yeah, so it's a good time because I just cleaned it out. So.
Right, so both sides of the belly will probably get going on this guy and get him into bacon.
Might as well just do it.
Yeah.
Before it's taking up space in the freezer. We may not even have space in the freezer for the bellies. So.
Not full, no.
Yeah.
I don't think we will. So it's going to be a tight fit.
Yeah.
Especially with the very large deer that we just got. I mean, that was...
Yeah, because and the deer legs are taking up which is a future project.
Coat Rex?
Yes, the future project. So follow me on Etsy, Two Chicks Homestead on Etsy, and see if we can...
So the easiest place to find us is we have a link tree, thanks to from the Bearded Butcher.
No. The Renegade Butcher.
Renegade Butcher. Yes.
He is bearded.
Yes, he is bearded, but he is the Renegade Butcher. Sorry. Josh, the Renegade Butcher, did a link tree for us at twochicks.ittybittytips.
.tips.
.tips. So it's twochicks.ittybitty.tips.
Yes, it'll be in the show notes too.
Yep, we will have it in the show notes.
But now that's everything. I think our YouTube needs to get on there.
Our YouTube is on there.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yep, Josh fixed that for
All right,
us.
Awesome. So that's everything. And ways to tip by lightning.
Yep, tip by lightning, Bitcoin.
Find us on Fountain. All this stuff. My Fold affiliate link is there, which is... I mean, let's just go back into the Fold then.
Yeah, I think we're pretty much done with the hog, so yeah.
Well, we can go back to the hog too, but the Fold card sounded... So we originally heard about that from Brian from the Lots Project.
Yes.
And in his Telegram group, they were talking about it. At first it was like, nope, that sounds too scammy. Like, this is weird. Credit cards are scary, But then it's like, shoot, I don't want to be left behind. I got to get on this. There's a free version. Like, it doesn't cost a cent if you don't want it to.
Right.
And so I got it, started using it, and it is a little different. I mean, it's like you have to fund it as a gift card. So you have to make sure that...
Yeah, you have to... It's a prepaid debit card, basically. That's the easiest way to look at it.
But it's kind of nice because it keeps you on budget.
Yes.
Like, if you don't just have the money there all the time. You have to, really think and plan and make decisions. So I do like that. But... At first it was like, I am not paying for a debit card. Like, that is ridiculous. And then, as I'm just making these regular purchases, I'm seeing the lightning keep going up, and all of a sudden, I've got an equivalent of, $60 in there. And it's like, that more than pays for the card.
Yeah, your card's $10 a month. In a month, you got $55-$60 off of it.
On just regular purchases, because you get 5% back on Amazon with being a Spin Plus member.
Right.
You get to spin after every purchase, and so you get to see this cool little spinny go around, and
you get anywhere from 0.5%
to 2%
to 2% as your general, and you can Spin Plus members are guaranteed a shot at a whole Bitcoin, which is looking earlier today, I think was $16,700. Or you can win your entire purchase back in Bitcoin.
Yeah. And then you get the $250 sats and stuff. And
Right, yeah.
I mean, there's like a bunch of different things, but it's kind of fun to spin the wheel and see what you get, or you can just opt for the 1%.
Yeah, I mean, I think on my free one, I don't use it nearly as much as you. I think I might have $10 on there so far, which is not horrible.
Yeah,
it's $10 I didn't have.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, it feels like it's gonna be a scam and be weird, because I am not one for change. Like, to do an extra step is not me.
Right.
Like, I'm pretty set in my ways, but it just gets normal.
Mm-hmm. But it's worked out real good for us. I think it'll help put a little bit more money away that we
that I'd be spending anyway.
Right. And it comes back in Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I mean, you're stacking sats.
Yeah. So, I mean, I am not the Bitcoin queen, so.
No. And I am not a Bitcoin king either. I am still learning. I've had my stuff for a few years now, kind of playing around with it.
But it's kind of, you feel like you're in the game. Like, you are doing something positive on that end.
Right. Absolutely. And it's worked out real good for us.
Yeah.
So we've made some good moves here and there.
Yeah. So now that we kind of went all around everything.
Hey, tangents are fun. We do that every once in a while.
So yeah, this time we are, with going back to the hog, we did have the plan ahead to make room, because we did just do like 14 meat birds not that long ago.
Yep.
We had some rabbits. We should be hopefully getting some more rabbits in a couple of weeks.
I should probably do nesting boxes, get those guys ready, not necessarily to go in there this weekend, but ready.
Because it should be sometime the week of Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I got to look at it.
23rd or something it was. So yeah, I mean, we have a very good problem of having a lot of meat all of a sudden.
Yes.
And it's awesome.
Absolutely. I mean, it's, we were always behind the 8 ball before we got into some of this stuff, and now it's like, okay, I didn't realize that was still in there. Oops, that's still in there.
Yeah, I mean, I am a food hoarder.
Yeah. I
get nervous about using too much too soon, and then all of a sudden we're not going to have any, and we are not going to have that problem.
No, not at all.
And it's just been kind of neat being able to preserve different ways. Like, I took three of the meat birds or something and cooked them, shredded them, and freeze dried them.
Yeah.
So we've been using those, and it's really neat to just go, shoot, what the heck can I make for dinner? But I've got shredded chicken that's like ready right now. Yeah. And you just throw something together, and it's still from our land, and it's just something. Yeah.
Because you did those venison quesadillas.
Yeah, because I made that venison roast, and every time we have roast leftovers are usually made into quesadillas. Mm-hmm. Mississippi roast quesadillas.
Yes, that's
excellent.
The best.
Excellent.
I always look forward to that.
Yeah, this was we used a seasoning that I had never even heard of, some Greek seasoning that our neighbor recommended. And he said to go heavy on it, and so I did, and it was very heavy.
Yes.
So I must not have the same idea of heavy as
No.
So it was a little strong, but the quesadillas were really good.
Yeah, quesadillas were good. It was a little salty. I think there's a lot of salt in that.
Yeah. So now I know.
We'll have to play with it and see how it is.
Yeah.
But it was very good.
Hey, I just followed directions.
Yeah. So maybe only use like a quarter of the container, maybe not a half.
Well, it's like, well, what does that mean?
So.
Oh, well.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, we've been freeze drying, then we've canned some of it.
Yeah, we've canned venison, which at first it was like, really? Why? Why would someone do that? But it is delicious. And it's nice to just open up the jar and throw it into a pan, and you've got stew, with whatever you have, anything. Right. Any kind of vegetables.
So yeah, we've been doing more of the red meat, not necessarily the pork in the can.
Yeah, I have some canned pork chops. I mean, just ones.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember you doing those.
I mean, I was using which I haven't had to use in a long time, but that Flash Food app it's Meyer around here, that they'll post on there any meat or really any kind of food that needs to leave. they put it on for like 50% off, and for a while I was grabbing pounds and pounds of ground beef and pork chops.
Yeah, I think you there's one day you got like 20 pounds of ground beef for like $10.
Yeah, so I came home, cooked it all, freeze-dried it all, and I mean, I still have some of it. I canned some of them because it was like not enough to freeze-dry.
Yeah, that worked out real good for us.
Yeah, so it's just nice to have that backup.
Yeah.
And we're not doing it to have food for in the next 20 years. We're doing it for on nights that I'm frantic and need a meal and don't want to rely on going out.
Yeah, and we still go out.
We still go out, but you know what? We choose to go out.
Right.
It's not like...
we go out to better places.
Yeah. I mean, we still go out to eat.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because
you
we
have
want
to.
Because sometimes it's a treat. You gotta, do something.
I can't make sushi, so we need to go out and buy sushi.
Right.
So.
Right. Yeah, we can't raise our sushi out back.
No. And that kind of sushi that's in that pond, I'm not sure I want to eat that as sushi.
No. Yeah, I mean...
Maybe the koi. There is a koi out there roaming around, although I think the girls would... I think the girls would be a little upset on that one.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, we are still human.
Mm-hmm.
We do spend money that we don't need to, and...
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of good restaurants around here. But it has been nice figuring out what we like from those restaurants and
trying to make it out ourselves.
And do it here.
Yeah, because, going back to those pork belly bites, they're expensive.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And they're delicious. They're worth it. But to be able to make a huge pan of it for the same price as what you get, 8 pieces for is amazing.
That's enough to feed 6 or 7 people.
Oh, yeah. It fed us.
Right.
We ate it all.
Well, we ate it over 2 days.
Yeah. But still, I would have...
And that was 3 frickin' meals.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, that was delicious.
But I know definitely use Sweet Baby Ray's or more of a sugary...
Yeah, don't use a vinegary-based one, because that was... We used 2 different kinds of barbecue sauces, and the one... Well, the Sweet Baby Ray's was...
Yeah, it was definitely the better of the 2.
Yeah. But yeah, and it's kind of fun to have all this meat to be able to play around with this. We didn't just go and spend $200 on a pork belly.
Right.
I don't even know if that's even close.
No, they're $40, $50.
But still, that's a lot of money.
Yep.
To come home and make one thing out of it.
Right, and that's that's a party deal. We're getting these hogs for $1 a pound.
Mm-hmm.
So that pork belly cost me $15.
Yeah.
If that. And there's been times we've spent more than that on making one dinner at home.
Oh, yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
So you get some pork chops, or even if you go get hot dogs. If we go get sausages for dinner.
Yeah. Those things are expensive.
Yeah. It's going to add up, and it's going to be more than that. So.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's been fun.
Absolutely.
Experimenting.
And it's fun teaching the girls anatomy, too.
Yes. Yeah. And then now the older one is better with it.
Yeah.
The little one, we always say she was out the first or second time we were doing it, holding the bowl of popcorn, watching us, butcher up a hog.
Yeah. And the other one was inside, nothing
cowering.
To do with it.
Yeah, with the first one. But now, this last one, she came out, she wanted to see the jaw, she wanted to see the eyeball. We get the whole head and everything.
Yeah.
So, to come out, there's no blood, so she didn't have to worry about that.
And she did really good with that surprise one that we got last year.
Yeah.
Because that was from scratch.
Yeah.
We did everything on that one.
Yeah, and that was nice to do.
Yeah.
Because you start to feel like a fake. We do our own hog, but it's cleaned out. Mm-hmm. And it's already...
Skinned.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah. We went down the rabbit hole on that third one.
Yeah. So that was nice to at least know that we've done... I didn't do it, but that we've done it from the beginning.
Yep. So, that's fun. It works. So, but what else we got?
I think that's pretty much it.
Well, that was easy.
Yeah.
Fun, short little one.
Yep.
So, all right, guys, we will catch you next week.
All right. See you on the homestead, where something is always growing, eating, or cooking.